Okay, so it's the third day of experiment. As you may see, the voltage directly from the solar panel is going to 15.8. It's kind of, I don't know, it's looking like a little bit too high, but let's check the temperatures here. 26 Celsius, 78, 79 Fahrenheit. That shouldn't be a problem. So it's not burning, it's not boiling. 26, same story. 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are charging with 3.07. Already have 64.8 amps in. Tonight I'm gonna do the first test with a load. Well, for now, what can I say? You know, the voltage is looking a little bit too high, but consider that there was no load on the batteries for more than 3 days. So it's still charging and charging. It's already almost 1 kilowatt in 84 or 64 amps. So what can I say? I'm really curious the way it behaves with a load. So tonight it will be the first night lighting the garden, and we'll see afterwards what's the reaction and if we can continue this way. So far it's looking like a solar panel connected directly to the batteries. It's overvolting the batteries. I don't mean overcharging, because somehow 3 amps, you know, it's not such a big deal for 2 batteries like this, but I can hear this battery, at least it's fizzing a little bit. It's not boiling, it's not hot. There are no smells, you know, like the classic acid smell. But anyway, I don't feel good about this 15.8 volts. But like I said, there is no load now, just this little camera and an external battery, but this is taking a very, very low current.
Here we have a lapse photo turned into a film. So we start recording 15th of September at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you see the charging currents and the voltages in the first afternoon. Of course, I cut off the night and turn back on at 6 in the morning, and here we are again, starts charging. So we already have 210 watts in the batteries, and the voltage is growing, and it's going to 13.56 and so on. So it's charging pretty well, you know, 3.6 amps. And there we are in the afternoon, 16th of September. I have already 32 amps in the battery, and it's running okay. It's going high, it's going up, 464 watts, and the night is coming. I will cut the recording for the night because there is no use to have that evidence, and it will be back in 17th of September in the morning. So that's the night now. Okay, that's the morning, 17th of September, 6 o'clock in the morning. Start charging around, okay, 7:30, a few milliamps, and it was a bit of cloudy or something. Anyway, here we go. Well, this is something interesting. The voltage went up to 15.2 volts. I'm not happy about that, but the battery is still okay. There is no heat. I didn't saw any problem. A little bit of fizz, but remember, there is no load on the battery. So I'm ready to go to phase 2 when I'm gonna have a load. I told you about those light strips I want to light for the night. And that's it, 17th of September.
That's phase 2 of the project. direct solar panel charging a battery. So I hooked up the garden lights for tonight, and I also hooked up this ammeter and power meter and voltmeter also, and we'll have to see afterwards if the batteries are strong enough to keep the lights for one night. I'm really curious, and as you may see, my little camera, it's lapsing, it's taking photos, so I'm gonna have a small film about consumption and everything related to the next level. Okay, can't wait to see the results tomorrow morning. So it's very clear, the Aptum, it's coming, that's for sure. Look there, thousands of birds, and my lights are on. This is nice. So the system is working, and now let's have a look. Hey, Tommy, how are you, my dear? What's up? What's up, my little Tommy? Good boy. So, what we got there? Let's see. The voltage went down to 11.76, but I have no current? What's happening there? This is strange. Something wrong with my meter? Yes, it's looking like. Yeah, it's something wrong with my meter. What's up, Tommy? Tommy, he's my assistant over here with all these testings. Thank you, buddy. Well, it gets really dark outside, so we have lights on. Now we can have a proper power measurement. So let me have my ammeter here. And we have like 700 milliamps. So we have 12.4. Okay, so my LED stripes are taking less than 10 watts hour. This is less than I was expecting, but maybe this is because the cables it's very thin, and maybe it's a loss of power on the way. But anyway, the lights it's enough.
So 18th of September, the fourth day of the experiment, in the afternoon, you see the voltage went up to 15.5 sometimes. So that's kind of bothers me. Now I hooked up the garden lights, and it's supposed to have a ammeter over there. It's not working anymore, so I'm just having the power and the voltage from the charging meter, I may say. As you may see, it's almost 1 o'clock in the night, and the voltage went down to 12.3, and it's working marvelous. I may say the power consumption of those LED stripes are around 10 watts. It's plenty of power, and let's see in the morning what's happening. 7 o'clock in the morning, start charging, so the lowest voltage was 12.2 volts. That's nice. And now you see it's already starting charging. So the system is working.
So we are at the end of this directly solar charging test. The idea, it's working with some requirements. You don't have to have a bigger panel than 100 watts maximum. Let's say 150. That helps for shadows, cloudy days and stuff like this. After one night of lighting, those LED strips I told you before, like maybe 100 watts hour or something, not so much. What I realize, in these two old batteries, it's more than enough power to have these lights running nights after nights. I can use it for 2-3 days, cloudy days or something. The point is that you can hook up a solar panel directly to the batteries. I'm a little bit concerned about this over voltage. You see, we have 15.4 volts now, even after a night of load. So it's working somehow. if you don't care about the batteries, if you have some old batteries, just throw them away in the yard somewhere, instead of throw them away, you can try to have this kind of recovered installation. But finally, and this is the final point, the final remark, it's working, but I don't recommend. So I think a solar charge, even a cheap pulse with modulation like this, it's $10 or something, it's really, really recommended. With this straight connection from the panel to the batteries, I may say the power transfer from the panel, it's 100%. We are losing nothing on the way. With a controller, it will be like 30%, even more of losing. With this kind of controller, of course. But I told you the idea of this test was to have the cheapest and the simplest installation ever. Finally, you can use it like that, direct connection. It's working, and that's a proof for these measurements and photos and lapse photos I did for more than 5 days now. It proves it's working. So nothing burned, nothing blew up. The batteries are still in good temperature. If you don't have money, just do it cheap. Thank you for now, guys. I hope this is useful for somebody in this big world. Please subscribe. Don't forget that I really need subscribers to my channels. That will help me to go on with some other projects. Thank you. Be safe. Bye bye.